China's President Xi Jinping held a phone conversation with Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky earlier this week. It's a signal of China's role as a mediator, or rather a potential mediator, becoming more tangible, and comes after the March visit of Jinping to the Kremlin, where he met the man behind the war, Vladimir Putin. The call has been welcomed by the West, even the Kremlin surprisingly, and is being seen as a move to increase dialogue that will help bring peace to the war-torn nation. Zelensky has even invited Xi Jinping to visit the capital Kyiv, but in the biggest airstrike seen in months, at least 25 people were killed when Russia targeted cities across Ukraine just a day ago. That also goes on to that in fact brings us to the big question: can Russia be trusted at the moment? Let's try and get in a sense of perspective, and for that I'm joined in by Sviatoslav Yurash, who's a Ukrainian MP and joins me live. Thank you so much, Yurash, for joining in. They're being called the biggest Russian air raids in months, one that have killed nearly 25 people now, including 3 children. What do you make of this ironic timing of these air raids, especially considering that Kremlin welcomed the phone call between Xi and Zelensky?
They are trying this all the time. It's the reality that they finally managed to hit something, and they show immediately that they hit the civilian areas, killing absolutely innocent individuals that were going about their daily lives, and just showing once again to the entire world what Russia is all about and what this war is all about the annihilation of the Ukrainian nation, where for Russia it doesn't matter who they hit, as long as they help in their quest to destroy my nation. The reality is that the conversation between Xi and President Zelensky essentially clearly shows to the world that China's point of view here is to talk and discuss with Ukraine as much as with Russia the perspective it has on the war Russia has launched. So it is but another reminder to the world that we are not alone, that we are discussing with all the world the reality of what Russia is doing in Ukraine.
The other question that comes to mind is, can China make a difference when prospects of a mediation between Ukraine and Russia will inadvertently involve a US-led Western front at a time when relationship between Washington and Beijing is at an all-time low?
Well, we see a role for any number of countries to make a point very clearly to Mr. Putin that we cannot go on pretending this is centuries past, when we can just go on invading other countries and seizing their land. That's why we appreciate the perspective that has been reiterated very clearly by President Xi and about the territorial integrity of Ukraine. And we appreciate the points made by Prime Minister Modi about the unacceptability of war in this century. So that is why, basically, as far as the peace process or possibility of it in the future, that's what we need the whole world to come together and push back against the madness of what Russia has done here.
All right. Many thanks to you, Sviatoslav Yurash, for joining in on World 360.